In my eyes, in this fall, in the skies, no one knows. There's a thing, there's a snake in my space. Boiling heat, summer stench, neath the black, the sky looks dead. You call my name through the cream, and I hear you scream again. Black old sign, won't you come wash away the rain? Black old sign, won't you come, won't you come, won't you come? Stir around, cold and damp, steal the warm wind, silent friend. Times have gone for honest men, sometimes far too long for mistakes. In my shoes, walking safe, still my youth I pray to keep. Even still, dead away, no one seems like you anymore. Black old sun, won't you come wash away the rain? Black old sun, won't you come, won't you come? Black old sun, won't you come wash away the rain? Black old sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Back outside, back outside. Won't you come? Back outside, back outside. In my head, drown my fear until you all just disappear. Black old sun, won't you come wash away the rain? Black old sun, won't you come, won't you come? Black old sun, won't you come wash away the rain? Black old sun, won't you come, won't you come? Black old sun, black old sun, oh won't you come? Black old sun, black old sun, oh won't you come? Won't you come?
Well, welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. I see you already got a few people. That was, again, my talented young cousin, Brady Shaw. And we're if you notice, we're on repeat now. So unless he gives me a link to another one, or we'll just do it. Hey, Khaki and Sahara, Damien, Jennifer, Ray Pierce, I think I saw come in here. Yeah, welcome. Thank you for stopping in. Actually, it's kind of cool. It kind of amazes me because I just come on here at 4 o'clock and I push a button that says go live, and people tune in. I've got a lot of regulars, so kind of cool. Kind of cool. I appreciate it. Having said that, I'm about out of words of wisdom. Let me drop the link because the show is my family, not me. That's for sure. Let's hope that made it. I'm streaming on Isabel's channel. That's kind of going to be what I'm going to be doing for the family chat show. Saturday, April 18th, 2020, day something or other of the COVID crisis. And how are we making out? I'm feeling I think there's some frustration starting to boil over out there a little bit. And part of me thinks we're kind of getting close towards the end, but I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of don't know what's going on. What's anybody have to say? Anybody have any thoughts? Any deep thoughts? Shallow thoughts? Medium thoughts? Hey, Jacob, good to see you also. Good to see you, Jacob. Nope, this is this channel is open to the public, and thank you for reminding me that anybody who, I just don't feel comfortable just typing it in for the world to see. But if you want the passwords or how to access to this page, technically I don't think we're supposed to do that, but it's never stopped me before. But they'll probably somehow read this and bust me for that. But yeah, I want everybody to feel comfortable to add things to this page, as well as the YouTube page, or the Shaw family page. Now I know there's a lot of Shaw family pages out there. It's probably wasn't the best idea to pick, but once you have a link to it, you can get to it really easy. And I'll provide that link, and that could be a good way to save stuff too. This is the censored show. Yes. I'm locking up. Uh-oh. What's going on with that? Does anybody else second that opinion? Actually, I think there is a private chat. I just haven't figured out how to use it, Jacob. Let me turn this other screen off. Maybe that's what it. How's am I locking up? Jennifer says I'm locking up. I want to make sure we excuse me, we take care of that. I would like to do a virtual reality chat too. I don't know if that technology's out there. Hey, Maggie. I know I'm fine, Damien, but am I? I can't help myself. I know I'm fine, Damien, but am I locking up? That's the question. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Maggie, and everybody. It's kind of cool. It's kind of a neat little meeting place. I think the Isabel Shaw page was a good choice. Again, this is not helpful. I don't know what the subject is. Hey, David. Okay, good. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hearing I'm not locking up, and I'm locking up. I don't know what else to do. I'm hardwired into the internet with the Ethernet cable, so I should be pretty good, but I guess we'll see. Maggie Wells says no. Good. Trivia question for today. If somebody can recognize my background, I know some people who might be on the show today will, but that'll be a surprise. I keep stopping. Well, come on up here on the show. Otherwise, I'm going to get all locked up myself and just pretty much run out of stuff to say. Because, of course, I don't Pat, Jennifer, keep talking. Okay, I'll give it a try. Nope, see that? No, it's not the Mission Inn. You're warm. You're warm, though. Not the Mission Inn. So, nope, Maggie, not Hearst Castle either. You're colder. You're colder than Jennifer. Maggie, while you're here, I figured out a way, during this, and I know I'm reinventing the wheel here, but we could play like blackjack and stuff with a camera on the table, or we could set up a stack of chips and you can make bets, deposit money on PayPal or whatever, or credit or the credit system, like the old bookmakers and whatever. We could gamble. Maybe you never know, that might take off. But yeah, we could play games of chance for sure. No, I think you ought to do that, Maggie. Set it up. You should be the house. But no, it would be kind of cool. Hey, David Dietz, good to see you. Good to see you. Here we go. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, Mr. Smith.
Good afternoon, sir.
Number one, no, you are not locking up. I think it's only Jennifer, so it's probably her problem. Number two, anybody that's been to the Playboy Mansion knows that's the Playboy Mansion.
Nope.
Yeah, well, I've never been there. That's why. So.
Okay. Nope. Not the Playboy Mansion. Someone will get this. I know that. I hope.
I knew it was.
I hope we just have to get the get that neck of the woods in the show, which I hope happens. Oh, a card game for Dean's birthday. Yeah, we got to come up with a little skit for Dean. That's coming up 5th, next month, the 5th, May 5th, I think she said. Yeah. Anyways, what are you doing today, Damien?
What am I doing? Not much. Just I went out and picked up a prescription, got that card taken care of, got Gina's name on it. Came home, made a little bit of red wheat rolls. They came out really good. Made some bean soup. And now I'm just wondering, anybody on last night's show agree with me that Gina and Rose were the highlight of the show? I do. That was the funniest shit I ever seen. And Smitty, I love the way you put them on there all by themselves. That was a good move.
Every once in a while, I make a mistake and hit the right button.
That was so funny. Rose sitting there like all fucked up. Then I said, Gina after that, she goes, you guys didn't enjoy us, did you? I said, I don't know about anybody else, but I know me and Smitty did, and Dan. I said, we all thought it was pretty cool. She goes, girls just want to have fun, She goes, I'm not smart enough for all of their shit. Girls just want to have fun.
No, that was funny. That was funny. No, I'm getting more and more, as I'm doing this longer, we're getting more and more pop-ins of different people, and I love that. That's what the cool thing is. I don't know what that is.
Also, that it's stories that'll be told for a long time to come, right? We'll never forget some of this shit.
I hope so. No, Sarah, it's not a mission in San Jose. Sorry, Damien.
That's all right.
I'm multitasking.
Is that place in the United States? Give us a hint.
Yes.
It is, okay.
Well, I'll tell you this. Jennifer was warm. Maggie was cold.
So Jennifer was somewhere around Riverside.
Yeah, and Maggie was where?
Hearst Castle.
So the Central Coast. So Jennifer was warmer than Maggie.
San Juan Capistrano.
You're just guessing. No.
I know. You're right. It's a total guess.
I guess Jennifer.
It's like a mission. It's mission, right?
It looks like mission kind of architecture, but it's not. I don't think it's mission. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
All right. Well, that's a good way to. That's a good thing to put on your show. Some backgrounds people have to guess that the whole show.
Yeah, and I'll try to always pick them where someone like Al Capone's mansion, for instance.
Yeah. That's a good thing because people can't just get off and Google the shit and come act like they're all smart, right? Because no one can Google that. They got to know it.
Well, So these are things that people have seen.
Right. But I'm saying a lot of stuff, you can get on. Like I've done it already here to look like I was smart. I'd get off and Google shit. Like what does PPP mean? I'd got off and I Googled it. It means Paycheck Protection Program, you dumbass.
Actually, that's what's cool about some of the podcasts that are out there is it's real easy to, you can get new information or videos or fact check stuff, just boom. And it makes the conversation a little more honest for sure.
Yeah.
And yesterday it was Terry. Terry was just the bomb and coming up with all the pertinent information.
Yeah, she had been searching into it for her own self, and she picked up a lot of stuff. She researched.
No, that was really cool. It's like when you see a student do well.
Yeah.
No more.
Yeah, like she probably would have been great in school. The way she picked up all that and knew it by reading through it and looked at it. She probably would have been great at college if she ever would have went.
One lesson I think, and I always try to impart this to my students. Here I go. I'm on a soapbox, but you can learn anything you want if you take an interest in it. It's pleasurable and easy. You could do brain surgery if you really had an interest in it.
Right.
And it's not hard. That's what you want to get across. When you find something you're interested in, it's actually pleasurable to learn about it.
I agree with that.
And
learn a lot of things.
I know. And actually, I feel kind of good from yesterday talking with my partner. I have two products. I have Ocean Bounty Flour Mix available on Amazon.com. I have Happy Annie's Tea Mix available on Amazon.com. And we have our third product, I think, now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, you know how I have a nutrient tea that you blend with air and water?
Yeah.
That's called an aerobic tea. And now we're going to come up with one based on Korean natural farming where they use fermented plant juices. So instead we're going to have an anaerobic product. And I'm thinking of calling it green tea, GREAN tea.
Do you have to aerate it?
No, it's opposite. You just what you'll do is you'll mix you'll mix it in water and you'll put a lid on it and put it in a dark, cool place for a few weeks. So something you can't put in a bottle. You'll have to make it. It's like beer. You have to make it well, that's a bad analogy.
I actually looked about 2 weeks ago. I was looking around at brews, and one of them, a couple of them, I don't know if it's that same one, but they didn't mention aerating it. But there was put a lid on it. But I didn't read the whole thing. I thought you had to aerate it all to get in there. But that's pretty cool.
No, there's a whole new. It's really popular now. It's called Korean natural farming, where they do a lot of. They ferment plants and.
Well, that's good.
No, I'm kind of excited because there's nothing out there on the market yet. Where they can buy the ingredients.
Yeah, because as soon as people hear, oh, you got to go get an aquarium pump and a hose and a stone, it's like, no, never mind. I don't want to do that.
No. This will be easier, and it's things like nettles and willow bark and chamomile and actually pretty interesting things that. It's going to be cool. I'm kind of excited. I gotta come up with another because I'm such a great namer. No, that's not even close to the Taj Mahal, Mom. But good try. So I'm going to come up with a new name, and it'll take. What's interesting is we came up with a product 10 minutes ago, and we were talking about it for a few days, and let's do this. And my partner, I wish I had the say this, but he's actually a genius about nutrients. So he just showed me what he wanted in it, and I said, let's go. And before it'll be on the shelf, it'll probably be 7 or 8 months before I'll be able to sell it.
Yeah.
There's a long process of testing and labeling and packaging but that's kind of fun. It's in our wheelhouse now, but yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm sorry to go on about it, but it was just got the text. So
well, you never know too. That could end up being your most popular product by far. You never know.
Oh, you never know. You never know. Anyways, hello, Jennifer Pierce. No, Ray Pierce. I agree, and I think I'm kind of doing that. But not all days are fun. Most are. Most are way too easy. Do something you love and you never work a day in your life. I don't think that's original, but it's true. Not the Taj.
Jennifer Pierce, you did miss a funny show last night. You did. It was pretty entertaining.
Oh, I got a request to drop it like it's hot. because the pimp's in the house. Drop it like it's hot.
Dennis. No,
Nope.
who's Ray on?
Nope.
Your mom.
Nope.
Sis.
Your sis.
Tess. Jennifer. Okay.
No.
Oh, shit. Susie.
No,
Maggie.
You got a lot of choices. Maggie.
I know. Shit. Maggie. I got it. Maggie.
So how many sisters you got, brother?
5. You know that.
I know. Maybe
You
not
know
three
that.
of the people who are watching. They might not know that.
Yeah. 5 sisters, 4 brothers. I work with a couple Spanish ladies. They have the one of them has 10, like me, 10 siblings. Another one has 8. There's a few big families out there.
No, there are. They're yeah, less common than they are though.
I think you're going to find it more in the Spanish people than Americans now. That's for sure.
I got a brother, don't you?
I've seen him. I like your brother. He's cool.
I do too.
Yeah, he handled himself really well. He was up there all alone by himself and just sitting there.
He doesn't really know anybody.
No.
I got to give him credit.
Yeah, there's 2 ways to handle that shit. You could be a real jerk about it, and or you could do it like he did, real diplomatic. He could be like my mom told me. He could be a politician. He'd be a good politician.
Yep. Otter Pops. Sponsor my show. So, I dropped it, Mag. Did you see it? I want to see some of your packaging. I think I saw that she got some of her jars or bottles in.
Here's one.
Let's see it.
Here's
What you got?
pack.
What is that?
This is a chapstick tube. When I was down there about before all this hit, we were down there. We made about 12 chapsticks of the product she had just for experiment, and it worked out pretty well.
Awesome. Did she come up with labels yet?
Yeah, we didn't label this one. This is just a sample, but it's a regular chapstick tube that works just like a chapstick tube, and you can put the flavors you want in there. And this is like a pepper one. It's supposed to like plump your lips up a little bit.
Oh, I could use that one. That reminds me, I was going to mention something to Maggie. I think the name of her company is Panache. Is that right, Damien? Panache.
Panache. So your mom gets Taj Mahal, is she right? No, Janice. Yeah, Panache, I think.
Okay, so what I would do, Maggie, learning from experience on this one, is have you done a trademark search? Because that's, if someone else is using that name or they've registered it, you could go a year or two in your advertising and they'll find out about it, and the lawyer will send you a letter and you have to change the name. That's out there. Panache might be trademarked. So just a little word of advice, you could actually do an internet search. So you've done that, you've checked it. Another thing you might want to it's about $500-600 to trademark it.
What about Smitty? Say if you named, like, you had a little trouble with that, I know. What if you went to that company after they try to sue you and say, hey, I'll buy that name from you? Could you guys work something out?
Because my whole argument is they didn't own the name.
No, but I'm saying, I bet you they could sell you that name if they really wanted to. It's okay. Well, we're not going to fight. You want to buy the name? Here, take it.
What I offered to do was sell them my name, and they didn't want nothing to do with it. But I told them, I said, go ahead and sue me, but I'm not hiring a lawyer. I said, I'm going to show up in court every day with a suit and tie, and I'll be polite to the judge, and I'm going to ask for a jury, and I'm going to explain my side of the story. And never heard from them since. I wasn't going to let them lawyer me out.
Good comments, huh? My mom's getting pretty good at leaving the comments.
Yeah. Okay.
It's taken her a while, but she's getting it down.
No, she is. She watched that whole show last night.
She watches all your shows.
I know. How about that?
She sits in the peanut gallery like me sometimes.
No, she's typing.
No, she types, but a lot of times she'll just sit and watch.
Well, that's good.
I got some headphones. I think it helps. You can hear everything good now.
So, Jennifer, how many kids you guys are going to have? That's the question of the day. How many more are you going to have? Are you going to go for a little girl? That might take a few more. There's not a lot of girls on that side of the family, is there, Damien? Ray Pierce's family?
No, Ray's a boy maker.
And he comes from a lot, like Diane only made boys, right?
So is his dad.
Yeah. They got a lot of that Y stuff in there. A lot of that strong Y gene.
Yeah.
That reminds me of my joke. You know, I know 26 letters of the alphabet, but I don't know why. I mean 25 letters of the alphabet, but I don't know why. See?
What's the difference between India and Abu Dhabi?
I don't know what is.
I forget.
I know I messed up one of the only jokes I know by a number. You can't always win. So what's going on today? Let me drop that link again. Come on.
Oh,
Did I tell you?
yeah. I remember India doesn't and Abu Dhabi do.
Oh, you know, I get shoes with Velcro on them. What, why not?
Yeah.
When my flashlight went out, I wasn't sad. I was delighted.
Here's a racial joke. What's the difference between a stoner and a Mexican?
No, none of those.
A stoner has papers. Come on, it's funny.
The what?
A stoner has papers.
Oh, okay. Hardy, hard.
There's no Spanish Americans watching.
Maggie, we got a little loop going on here in your side, honey. Is Danny Wells watching too? Because I think we're hearing his feed. We got a little loop going on here in your side, honey. Yeah, what sucks is I can hear my voice.
What's he saying about me? Are you on camera?
Yeah.
Sorry, hit the wrong button.
Yeah. I don't think they know what's going on here.
No, I
Where's
can't hear.
There's Maggie. Maggie,
Hi.
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
What's going on?
Good.
Meg?
We can't see you. Yes. Can't get on where? How you know? Oh, he's on the Isabel Shaw page. It's a different page. Isabel Shaw. Come here.
Okay, we got to keep this moving. What's going on here? Nope.
Maggie, where's your face at? Mag,
Yeah.
where's your face? I can't see you.
Oh, shit. You see Dan? Oh, God damn it. God damn it.
It's okay.
Shit.
It's not a big deal. There you are.
Oh,
There you
I'm so
go.
sorry.
Beautiful.
That's all right.
Beautiful.
whoops.
Whoops. Whoopsie daisy.
Well. Hi, guys.
So, Maggie, do you recognize my background?
I thought it was Hearst Castle, but I was wrong.
Oh, you were wrong.
Mansion.
Nope. Actually, the clues were Jennifer said kitchen in, and you said Hearst Castle. She was a lot warmer than you were.
What'd she say? What did Jennifer say?
Mission Inn.
Yeah, ask for Patrick.
Mansion is a pool up front.
Disneyland.
Turkey's a long way away.
What's the name?
Is it Disneyland?
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that nobody's picked it up yet. I could almost bet you've been there.
Is that the Mission down in Laguna?
No, it's not Universal Studios. Here, let's make it a little bit here.
No, the Mission in Laguna.
San
Nope.
Juan.
San Juan Capistrano?
No, that's a big pool there.
Yeah, now I see out your.
Nobody yet.
It's a beach.
No. Okay, I'll give you a clue. We need
Kurt.
we need if Kurt was on there, he would know what that is.
San Diego. It's over in San Diego. Okay.
Yes.
Got you. Jana should get it now.
Mar-a-Lago.
San Diego.
Mar-a-Lago, he
No.
says. Mar-a-Lago.
No, Dan, that's in Florida.
That's in Florida. Okay, it's actually a very big tourist site in San Diego.
No. Balboa Park.
Yes.
Balboa Park.
Balboa Park?
Balboa Park. My mom caught that first, but that's well, at least I googled Balboa Park. That's what came up.
She said San Diego.
Sure enough.
Gotcha.
Good one.
Winner, chicken dinner. So who else out there? Who else? Like Damien, you got a lucky song so we can pull them out of the woodwork?
Not yet. Not yet. Mag, what you doing over there?
I was going to try and show you some products on my
Oh yeah.
not
Good to see
here,
him.
not real live ones, but on my
Oh,
my
Smitty can pull those up. Smitty would be good at pulling those up.
What's that?
on my website.
Okay. Khaki, no, that's not the Mission Inn. That's just a building in Balboa Park. You won a special prize, Mom. But of course, according to all the rules, no relatives can win. So, sorry. Well, we got another brave soul coming on up here.
There he is.
Look at that handsome young man.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Hey, Ray. What's up, Ray?
Going?
Not much.
I
right,
watched
you
a
got
little bit of that
enough-
show last night. It was pretty good.
You were in the peanut gallery, but you were afraid to come on, weren't you?
No, I was already in bed. I signed off shortly after that. I went back and watched it this morning.
Okay.
Robert needed your help, Ray. Robert needed your help.
He could have used an
Yeah, I
extra
know,
teammate.
but it was tough. It looked like people were having a hard time getting some words out there.
Okay, let's Maggie. Maggie's up to bat here. Hold on.
No, I can't
Is that
do it.
what you guys
I'm
later?
screwed.
No, what do you mean? What do you mean you're screwed? Huh? You think? I think you think you're off, but you're still on here, Mag. She muted herself.
Mag, you got a birthday coming up soon too, right? 27th?
I don't think she thinks she's on, Ray.
Hmm.
Yep. Yeah. Well, let's hope it doesn't get awkward.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think she should. I take her down? Would that be the?
I think
I'm gonna take her down.
is she trying to figure something out?
I don't know.
She's not even looking at.
She can come back on if she wants, but I think that might be kind of cruel if I do that.
There we go.
So what'd you do? What are you doing this weekend? Anything special? Moving to your new house yet?
We're headed back to Roseville tomorrow. We're gonna stay with some friends for a few days. We have our walkthrough on the 22nd on Wednesday, so hopefully we'll get our keys shortly after that.
Okay, I think Maggie's ready to come back on. Ready to come back on, Mag? Hey,
Hi,
Sahara.
Marfa.
Hello, Martha. How are you?
Maggie.
Hello, Martha. How are you? Goodbye, Martha. Goodbye, Martha.
How late did you guys go last night?
I went 2.5 hours, dude. That was pretty late. We started at 8, so what's that? What would that come out to be, Math Genius?
10:30.
10:30. Yeah, good.
I went to bed early, but I woke up this morning and saw some comments. I thought I'd better get back on there and watch some shows. It was entertaining.
Oh well, yeah. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not claiming to be anything but a rank amateur when I try to do something like that, and I think that shows. So we're okay
Yeah.
with that part. But
No, it's like, hey, nothing less. It was entertaining. Like I said, it was good. I
Yeah.
got some laughs out of it.
But what amazes me, like even here coming on today, that people actually watch this thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Hey,
cool.
I set the alert, so now I got get an alert when you're going live.
How about that? Look at that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, you know what, Maggie? I can, if you give me a link to your website, I can actually switch my screens and actually just go right to your website and show everybody your website. I can do that. We can walk through it together. How about that?
Hey, so I didn't catch all of this. What you're talking about? Your new product. What was it?
It's there's a type of farming, it's called Korean natural farming, where they use a lot of fermented plant juices and fermented fruit juices. Right now I have an aerobic product that you need to aerate to activate, but this would be another product that you could just, it's simpler. You just put it like in a 5-gallon bucket and put a lid on it and let it sit for a few weeks. So yeah, kind of cool. It's just like, it's funny, you know, when people, I hear this all a lot with people. They'll say, I have a good idea, but I don't know if I should tell you because you might steal it from me. And I tell them the good idea is the easiest part of them all. In fact, this idea we put together in like 10 minutes. So, but now the hard part begins. You know, it's not the good idea. Those are dime a dozen. It's finishing it from A to Z, which might be 6, 7, 8 months before that thing will be on a shelf. I got to come up with a name.
You don't even have a name yet, huh?
No, I was thinking green tea, GREANT.
Yeah.
I'm thinking soul juice, spelled like Seoul, South Korea, because it's Korean natural farming. I don't know. I haven't really sat down and got like real high and started thinking about it, which is usually the process. But yeah, it's kind of a fun process to go from an idea to, you know, like where it's a legitimate product with a barcode and
So
Ocean
because
County,
I
you can buy
mean,
it on Amazon.
nobody's consuming that. So I'm assuming it doesn't have to get cleared by anybody. But because it's being used to grow something that somebody can consume, does it have to go through some?
Yeah. You know, like if you ever buy fertilizer, you'll notice there's 4 things that are required for a fertilizer label. One is the NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. You know, you see the 3 numbers on any fertilizer, right? That's required, and it has to be and those are minimums. So if someone tests your product in a lab, those have to be the minimum numbers that come up. So that's something a lot of people don't know. Another thing is the heavy metals. You know, there's a lot of concern about growing plants with heavy metals. We're talking nickel and lead, and you know, there's a few heavy, some heavy metals are required, but excess of some of those are poisonous. So heavy metals and NPK are the 3 that are required. After that, you can do calcium, magnesium, humic acid. What I'm learning is I'm taking all those off because they're just places that get you tripped up. So mine are just going to be NPK numbers from now on.
Just go the bare essentials, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Hey, Dan Wells. That's my story.
Uncle Dan.
Ray, good afternoon. Happy Saturday, guys.
Hey,
Saturday.
man. How's the desert today?
A little breezy,
Hey, Dennis, what are you going to have for lunch today?
I had wedding cake.
Did you get some of that? The cakes are really popular right now.
Yeah. And there's still some Blue Dream floating around I got a hold of, but wedding cake was pretty good.
No, that's one of the ones. That's the one that's the hot ticket right now. One of them.
Hey, I just wanted to say what a great show that was last night and how you handled it. I loved how you monitored it and kept everybody in line.
I wish you would type that in so I could put it as a banner.
I'm kind of. That's the only thing I can't type and talk on here at the same time. I was kind of hoping to see Ray on there last night.
No, he would have balanced it out a little bit more.
Robert was holding his own though.
Robert
I I was
Robert
laying in
did
bed,
okay.
had 2 kids sleeping next to me.
Robert, is very intellectual.
Well, he's listening now, so don't swell him up so much. But he did. Robert got that right. It's not a mission. It's just Balboa Park structure. I'm sure he's been there many times.
I've only been there once, and that was when Ashley did a marathon down in San Diego, and I think it ended there in the park.
No, actually, that's actually a beautiful place to visit.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Usually, always the lawns are always full of people just out having picnics and stuff. Yeah, beautiful place.
It is. And the zoo's right there.
Yep. In fact, that's where I had to park, was right out in front of the zoo to be able to get in there.
Good times in Balboa Park. Actually, I didn't go there nearly as much as I probably should have.
Did you meet any hot babes there while you're at Balboa Park?
I never. That's a memory I don't have anywhere.
Oh, come on. I know different.
I have a lot of memories, but I'm searching right now, and it's like, no, not that one.
The memory bank's just drawing a blank.
Drawing a blank on that one.
Well, this will make them all better.
Yeah, what you got there, Danny Wells?
That's the Kirkland tequila.
No, it's not Kirkland. I'm not quite sure of the brand. It just says Silver. Walmart brand.
Oh, do you ever think about doing a little fermentation? Speaking of fermentation, do you ever think about making a little homebrew, a little whiskey?
That would be kind of neat to get into. Making my own whiskeys.
Yeah, actually, it's not that difficult.
D2 gets into that.
No, you can even buy like little kegs, 5-gallon kegs, 2-gallon kegs that are oak, and just make boutique batches.
Don't you gotta cask those things for at least over a year or so?
It depends which thing. It's interesting. It kind of depends on the grain ratios is decide whether it's rye whiskey or whiskey or bourbon. Those are all real, like corn and wheat or corn and rye, and there's different ratios of each one. But straight without any aging, it's typically moonshine, and it's just pure white. But you want a charred barrel, and that gives it the color, the charcoal, and you want it to the longer the better in those barrels, from what I can tell.
Yeah,
aging is the key.
Aging is the key.
Yeah,
according to those in the know.
There's actually a pretty cool documentary on Netflix called Whiskey.
Really?
It's all I watched it. It's about an hour and a half, but it's pretty good.
No, there's
all of that.
On
There's
YouTube,
actually some people that believe the longer is not better because it actually the taste starts to go down, but it's the rarity of it is why people pay more for it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, it all tastes like horse piss to me.
Yeah, they said that the sweet spot is that 10 to 15 year, and then when you get into the 20 and 25 years, you're just basically buying the rareness of it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I had a deep thought, but it just swam away from me.
Kind of the rareness, kind of like from the moonshiners that are doing just the moonshine down in the hills of Tennessee and Kentucky and shit like that.
Yeah, but you're getting the people that just like to spend the big money. They're drop.
Right.
Oh, I got a $5,000 bottle of whiskey in here. I don't know if it's any better.
Actually, David, that's not true. The color is actually just charcoal, and actually charcoal is a real natural filter. In fact, sometimes you'll see, they make whiskeys and stuff real quick by just filtering it with charcoal to give it the color. It's like a real cheap way to do it. But what gives you the hangover, they're called fusel oils. And when you distill alcohol, there's other compounds. There's other organic compounds like methanol and a couple others that are actually, those are the ones that give you the excruciating headache. So the trick is you quadruple distill it to get it as pure as ethanol, because that's what you're actually drinking is ethanol. Pure ethanol there's not a lot of hangover in pure ethanol, but then you want to water it back down to like 80 proof or whatever, and then you put it in the barrel. But you make it real pure first, but it's called fusel oils, and those are compounds that kind of go off, with the alcohol as it's being distilled. But
One of the other cool things they talked about in that documentary was the difference between like bourbons and whiskey.
Mhm.
Basically saying how, bourbons, you got to use that, I think, like some type of American oak, but it has to be a brand new cask. So once they use that cask one time to make it, they can never use it again. They end up selling those to the, to Irish for their whiskeys.
And actually, I don't know which one, but you have to actually use like some type of wine or champagne cask that's been used once for wine or champagne. Then it goes for the the higher one. No, there are a lot of little tricky rules on brewing, but you two have some great whiskey channels with whiskey connoisseurs who do whiskey testing, and they have their $500 bottle and they do side by sides, and there's some real whiskey connoisseurs out there. To me, like I said, it's all nasty. But
my hangovers always come to when I have something sweet like a Jack and Coke,
Yeah, mixing it with the sugars. That's what
the sugars seems to what creates the bad hangovers for me. I can drink whiskey all night and get pretty toasted and be fairly okay in the morning, but there's something about that Coke, and I tend to drink a lot of water. I try to hydrate if I'm going to drink.
I think the mixing of different alcohols too will do it to you. If you start drinking some whiskey and then throw some vodka in there, maybe a beer or a glass of wine on top of it.
Beer before liquor, never been sicker.
Yeah, it's no good.
Yeah.
Hey, Jennifer.
What's going on up there, Ray Pierce? What are you up to?
Oh, nothing. We're getting ready to move into a new house in Rockland next week. So we've been staying the last 21 days with Jen's grandma in Chico because we sold our house on the 30th.
Are you going down and checking on the house every once in a while just to see what's going on?
Yeah, we drove down there a couple days ago to see where they were going and did a little walkthrough with one of the sales guys, and getting there.
Now,
it's almost
is
done.
Rockland just due north of Roseville? Do you get off on Roseville Avenue and go further north?
Yeah, so it's right after you say you're coming from Chico into Roseville on the 65. You pass Lincoln, and then you pass Rockland, and then you go to Roseville.
So it's between Roseville, Lincoln and the casino, Pechanga.
Yeah,
Not
so
Pechanga.
I actually
Thunder Valley.
Right when you see the casino, right after you pass it, you get off on the next exit. I'm off that exit.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So you'll be going in the Costco at Roseville.
Yeah, that's where I shop now. Yeah.
What did they have left to finish? What was left to go? The carpet?
They just had some blue tape. They were had to catch some paint drip, and they were putting the appliances in, but it was basically done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exciting times.
So everything's all finished. Fixtures are all in. That kind of stuff.
Yep, everything was done. Yeah.
Are they doing landscape for you in the back, or are you going to do that yourself?
Front yard got landscape. Back we just got dirt lot. We got a little California room, some cement and overhang and stuff, but besides that,
how big's the backyard?
It's a 9,000 square foot lot. I don't know, backyard. Oh wait,
got enough for a pool?
That's not gonna work. Yeah, there's some room for a pool.
Is there enough room for a little dirt bike track too for the boys?
All Grayson asked me about is when he's going to be able to come back down to your house and ride some dirt bikes.
Are you going to get him a mini bike with 8 acres?
You need to talk to Grandma Khaki and see if she's willing to let that little 90 go.
Yeah. Jen's grandma.
It's only worth about as much as it is to get it running again, because it's been sitting, carburetor's all gunked up, and that kind of stuff. Battery's probably dead, but be a perfect little bike for them little boys.
Yeah, we Jen, where we're staying at now, Jen's grandma lives in a walnut orchard, and her neighbors, they've got a bunch of little boys, but they're racing around on 4-wheelers and stuff, and Grayson just sits out there and just wishing he could be out there riding with them.
Hey,
I used to take the kids riding over in the industrial.
Go ahead, Danny.
Over in the industrial parks, up past Thunder Valley is where I used to take the kids riding on the little
Yeah.
bikes. I might
Yeah.
have even taken you up there before.
Yeah.
But yeah, real close to where you go. Plus, you're going to be living by the foothills, man. That's prime places to go play on a dirt bike.
Yep.
Yeah, talk to Grandma Khaki, see if she's willing to give it up and what she wants to do. And who knows? Maybe I might even deliver it.
All right, I like that. Hey, you know what? I was
But you,
going to ask you. I have this random dream sometimes of and I think it's from a real life event, but I was with you at some outdoor car racing, and they were like, it was right next to a huge kind of hill or mountain, and these cars raced up around this mountain and literally came off the side and looked like they just dropped off the side of this cliff. Does that just ring a bell at all? Back then, it felt like it must have been like 100-foot drop, but they basically like come off the side and just drop down off this mountain.
I've seen some pretty crazy stuff on YouTube, stuff that I wouldn't even think of being possible. I've done some pretty crazy stuff in my day. I've done the big jumps, ridden the tracks, and ridden the goat trails, the single tracks where they're just ledges on sides. But now I look for the fire road that's been graded. There's stop signs down through there sometimes. Yeah, the old bones just don't take that stuff anymore. And the thought of falling down a big cliff or sliding down a hill hard. I took a pretty good digger the 2 weeks ago. I tried climbing a hill that I had no business on. And I told the guy that I was with, said that last 100 feet does not look possible from here. And he goes, oh, no, it's doable. It's doable. So I took a big twist of throttle and headed up it. It was probably a good 3/4, maybe half mile long. By the time of the last 100 feet, the boulders were just huge and sharp. And one caught me the wrong way and just kicked me off and broke my arm. Oh, shit, now I'm going to hear it. I got to go to the hospital and COVID's going to be all over me. But, nowadays I try to keep it calm. Still go fast.
You remember Stonyford? They had the hill. There was a black diamond.
What?
Remember Stonyford? And we were motorcycle riding, and there was like black diamond hills that were just insanely.
Stonyford.
Yeah, that was just insanely steep. We just ended up like walking our bikes down on their sides or something. Hairball stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dinner's ready.
I've been in a couple of triple black diamonds. I've done black diamonds. Really ain't that difficult on a dirt bike, but when you get in double and the triple, you got to focus. And I've been in a few. Like Stonyford were brutal. That one kicked my ass. Stonyford, I'll say, especially on those. We were on big bikes.
Those are trial
Those
bikes.
were like 600, if I remember right.
Yeah, like 400-pound 600s.
But they were good times, though.
Yeah. I missed that.
We even took those 600s to track in Marysville.
Yep, we did. That was a blast.
We were like, we were the only crazy ones riding around a track, headlight and a tail light and a brake light. Everybody else are on these badass motocross bikes, and we're cruising around the track with our headlight blaring.
With the license plate bouncing around.
And do you remember this? Do you remember the guy with one leg?
Barely. Yeah.
Smitty, do you remember the guy with one leg on the motorcycle?
Barely. I don't. I now that you said it, but I'll have to search a little bit. But no.
He had a metal prosthetic that he put on, and his leathers that he wore when he put that on were just all shredded from the knee down. Just exposed his metal leg. But the dude was ripping on the track, hitting every jump, assing people.
No, that was
if there's
actually,
a will, there's a way.
That was actually a nice little intermediate beginner track in a way. Not many big double jumps, some tabletops and sand. It was actually a fun track in Marysville. I like that track.
Yeah. I enjoyed those days. I enjoyed riding the track. I'm more into going out and kind of exploring now, finding old mines, old cabins, good vistas,
Oh,
things like that.
there's something kind of cool
But
about
yeah,
going.
Ray, talk to Graham Khaki.
All right. No, nobody else
My
in the
audio's
family can
taking a
really use
shit
that down there,
already,
can
so I'm probably gonna have to jump off the camera here, but I'll keep watching the shit show.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on, Danny.
Again, that was good last night, Spitty.
Well, thank you.
All right, guys.
It is what it is.
I'll talk at you later.
Yep, I'm
It is what it
gonna
is.
leave you hanging by yourself. I gotta eat some dinner, but I'll hop back on when you guys are done.
Okay,
Or I'm
I
done.
just got a little advice for you. You need to get Danny Wells to put some ape hangers on that bike.
Some
Remember you
what?
ape hangers? I remember you were the only kid I ever saw that had a mini bike with ape hangers. You remember that, or was that Ben's?
With 8 hangers?
Yeah, the mini bike that had the big handlebars that went like that. You don't remember that?
Oh yeah, that was ours. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember those. Yeah, those are good ones.
that was a good one.
I'll throw that out there. All right, bye.
Oh, we just left you. Oh, it's so lovely. So let me drop the link. If you're trying to get on, there's a little link over here that says Isabel Shaw, with letters, some semicolon, and some forward slashes. It's StreamYard.com. You click that, you kind of got to figure it out. Kind of got to figure it out a little bit. Go up there one more time. I could use some relief. On this Saturday, we're about an hour into the show. That went by really fast. I saw a bunch of ladies. I saw my Aunt Sis and Jennifer. And come on, we need to class up the joint. Come on up here and let's talk about Dean. What we're going to do with Dean. What do you say? Sis, if you're listening, would you do that? Would you come on up to the show? Night, Mom. See you later. Probably call you. Because I'm a good boy. Love my mommy. Enjoy your meal. I see Terry liked the video. Terry, would you want to? You know, you're quite the informational source yesterday. I was really impressed. Good job, actually. Hello, Terry. What else we got going on here today? Saturday, kind of I don't know, not a bad day for me. Come up with our third product for Green Bicycles. 418, I'm guessing 6-7 months before I can have a package on the shelf. So we'll see. It's kind of a fun process. But, anyways, yeah, actually, I like that topic of fermenting. You know, this is, and it was here, interesting little fact. If you get wheat flour and you just have a bowl of wheat flour and you eat it, it'll taste like paste. It won't even be that healthy for you, and you probably won't want to eat a lot of it. But if you add some yeast and water and ferment that flour and bake bread, you can actually live off that bread. So there's something really special about the fermentation process. If you think about it, we've kind of evolved with fermented food products. You know, alcohol is deeply ingrained in our civilization. Bread, those are all things that require an animal to work with. Kind of interesting to work with a vegetable to give us something that's very nutritious and simple. You know, beer is basically 3 or 4 ingredients with yeast. Bread is just a couple of ingredients with yeast. So I like fermentation. I've done a little. I made some corn liquor here. I started with a 50-pound bag of corn seed. Sprouted it, and then in those sprouts it gets called malt, and that malt has enzymes in there that help break down starches into sugars because we're getting old here. Because the yeast eats sugar, that's what they digest, and they piss out alcohol, and alcohol is brewed. And fun process sprouting the corn. It's a lot of work. It's a ton of work, and then you got to take all those little sprouts off. And you don't want those. You just want the kernel that's left over. Then you got to grind it all up. And that's malt, and it smells just like malt, like when you have malted milk. It's kind of a real neat smell. And then make your mash, just basically, anyways, fun process, and you get a really nice, actually, product if you do it right. So that's my little fermentation. Kind of cool. Kimchi and pickles. I think maybe pickles, maybe not pickles. Sauerkraut, or there's a vinegar. Vinegar is a fermented product. Kind of, that's another important product in our diet, so to speak, for flavor and preservation. So no, yeah, that's an interesting thing to you gotta try it if you have a chance. You can do it. It's not that hard to brew up make some alcohol. You're allowed to make a little bit, I think. So let me drop that link again. I'm tired of talking. Yeah, one of these days I have a little lab in my garage. It's kind of cool. Mostly all natural kind of ingredients. I like to actually make extracts from plants and make it into like organic crystals. I'll give you a hint on some of the things I do, but it's very enjoyable to take a plant and then end up with a natural organic substance that's very, it's actually to make it. It's not hard to make crystals really pure. Some chemistry techniques. I've never made beer, Danny Wells, but I've made corn liquor from corn. It came out really. Actually, I get a lot of. It's pretty good. It's like quadruple distilled, so it's pretty pure. Yes, I had a jar of moonshine. Very potent. I think mine tested about 182 proof, something like that. Yeah, we'll let your whistle. That's for sure. No, it was like 180 proof, brother. Anyways, what's going on? Help me out here, Damien. I see you out there yapping in the peanut gallery. Oh, Damien said, hey, Kurt, maybe Kurt came on. I haven't heard from him for a while. His phone has not been working to get us on, so I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on here. Again, no subject makes this difficult question to answer. Anymore. Bells and whistle feature. Kurt, are you back? Are you back home from Nevada? Oh, you're in Bishop. Okay, you're halfway. Got 6 hours to go, if I remember right. Did a lot of driving this week, didn't you? Gonna be glad to get back to your own bed. I always gonna get glad to get back in my own bed. The seafood house, kind of cool. Kurt, since you might not, if you just got up on here, maybe you can answer the question. Do you know my backdrop by any chance? That ring a bell? It should. It should. Uh-oh, I'm having trouble with sound. Can you hear me? Oh, here's someone. Here's a new guest who's never been on the show before. If you're ready to come on and face the music, are you ready? Shake your head. Give me a yes. Are you ready for the ride? Okay, hold on tight. Buckle up. It's going to be a wild one.
Okay, let's go.
Cousin Trina, how are you?
I'm good, Cousin Pat. It's nice to see you.
Yeah, have you seen the show before?
I have been watching it, but my phone messed up for a couple days. But I got it back. Everything's good, and I'm on here.
Okay, do me a favor though. You know what helps us out a lot?
What?
Don't shake the camera around a whole bunch.
Okay, Christian.
Okay. Hey, Christian. Okay, again, try not to move the camera around a whole lot because it messes with people's equilibrium.
But I'm Bopper. That's what I do.
Well, we can try to settle down a little.
Okay.
How you been? How's Christian doing?
Christian's good. I've been kind of going through it. Yeah, I got, everything's fine. Everything's just wonderful. We're all good.
Good.
Okay.
How's the weather down there?
Yucky. Hold on. It's stormy.
Try to sit down for a minute. Can you sit down for a minute? Oh, look at that.
Like, it's
Nice.
yucky out.
Nice backyard.
That's the lake, the front yard lake. Yeah. Okay, I'll sit down now.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit down. I have no idea. Okay, here I go. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna
Good
sit.
idea.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
You look wonderful.
What?
You look wonderful.
Too much going on here.
Okay. Well, thank you for stopping in.
Okay, you're welcome. And now that I know how to do this, I'll be back.
I want Christian to come on. I need to talk with him too.
Christian, right now, you want to talk to Pat right now? But he don't have his makeup on. He doesn't have his makeup on.
Okay. Well, I want him to come on. We need to have a little talk.
Okay, hold on.
Not now.
Oh, later. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Okay,
I want him comfortable.
later. Okay. Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna make pork chops and applesauce. Okay, bye.
Sounds great.
Okay, bye.
Okay, well, that was our cousin Trina. She's another one of she's the youngest Deitch girl, believe it or not. That's Trina. A lot of her brothers and sisters come on the show. So, yeah, that's our youngest girl. She just lives out in Lake Elsinore, California. Yes. Okay, Damien. Okay. That's the quote of the day. That's the quote of the day, Damien Dietz. If Trina can get on, you can get on. Now, it's not saying anything bad about anybody, but I think that's true. You should be able to figure it out. It's doable. Unless there's something, again, I shouldn't say that because Kurt has been on here a number of times and all of a sudden his phone or it's not letting him on. So I don't know what's happening there. I don't know if Kurt heard me, but I don't know if he told me what the backdrop of this is. Yay! Got it, Kurt. Balboa Park. Yes, sir. I was doing this for my San Diego peeps. Because right before the show, I Googled something like 1 Mile Park or Bidwell Mansion or et cetera, et cetera. And that's how I get my backdrops. It's not a whole lot of work. Let me drop that link again, but I don't know how you're going to top that one. I don't know how you're going to top that guest. So what's going on? Help me out here. We were talking about the damn stimulus check, and I was thinking, I know it wasn't coming direct deposit, but then I started thinking, I might not get one. I don't even look at my tax forms. It's so painful. I don't even look. So I have no idea. I should probably go find them and open it up. But I was thinking there's a chance I might not get a check. But oh well, I'll be okay with that. But yes. Kurt, do you really like me a whole lot? Yeah. Wrong one. Yes, you do. You got nothing today? Okay, that's all right. I don't either, but that hasn't stopped me. Sahara got hers. Sahara, have you told us yet what you're going to do with your stimulus money? Do you know for sure, Kurt? Do you know for sure that you didn't get your PPP? That's all I do all night is PPP. Oh, I crack myself up. I can't help it. Yeah, that's that long. It's day whatever it is. And yeah, I do crack myself up way too often. So come on now. You're leaving me hanging here in the breeze. Let me put that link up there. I don't see it on the screen. Actually, I had a request. I guess I should throw this out there while there's 11 people. Every once in a while, I get a request to do a topic. And this topic, I don't know if we want to do it off the cuff or if we want to do a little planning for it. But I had a request, and I might have some input on this topic. Cannabis, yay or nay? What do you think about cannabis as far as a medicine? Let's say it. Let's narrow the topic down with that. Does anybody have any pros or cons or stories about if cannabis has helped them or hurt them? And I think I could swing on both sides of that fence. But that was asked to me, and I would love, that right up kind of up my alley. I know a little bit about that stuff, but yeah, I would like to have a little panel discussion with people's stories or anecdotes or good and bad, and just to get some information out there for one of the people who watch the show. They were interested in the subject of cannabis. Where did she send that to me, Damien? Who'd she send it to? Lynn Belts is I don't know who Lynn is. She requested to be friends with Isabel. She does have friends with Rachel, I think. When I get friend requests on Facebook, if I don't have mutual friends, it's a no-no. It's a no-no. Let's see here. This could be important. Probably not. No, I don't think so. But anyways, okay. Well, we have already started getting some. We've already started getting some. That is a question, Mr. Henry Miller. That is a question. I'm thinking Henry Miller. I don't know. The name kind of sounds familiar. Is that a playwright or is that a author? I'm guessing one of the two. Just to throwing that out there. David, what's going on today?
Nothing. I think I could bring a teenager in for a little input into why they smoke cannabis.
Interesting. Yeah, but I don't think you'd be interested in doing that, do you?
No, probably not. Probably not.
No. No.
Okay, StreamYard.
Yeah, nowadays it's a whole new ball game than it was in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s. And even the 2010s. In the last few years, it's gotten very technical and tested, and the different CBDs and DB-DOs and DABDs and THCs, terpenes. It's a whole new ball game, and there's some very, very potent stuff out there these days. Would you know anything about that, Christy?
Oh, do I know? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get him online. What's the question?
Christy, do you still watch our show once in a while?
I watch it every day.
Really? That's awesome. Cool. Good to
I
see
love
you.
it. This is like my favorite time of day. I get all excited. I want to make sure I'm humming.
Oh my god, that amazes me. Yeah.
She's trying to get me on her laptop right now. So
Okay. Okay, I'll bear with you. Yeah, if you send me a link, if you send the link to Isabel, I think I could get it up on my big screen and we can walk through it as a group.
I just can't read it. See, what is it? Okay. There we go. Nope, nothing there.
Probably should have known that. I probably should have known that, but I'm not that well read. I'm truly not.
my wife just looked like she maybe poured herself a beverage.
She did. That turns out to be kind of a theme of this show.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yes,
Cheers.
it does.
I'm rocking the squirt today. I went all out. It's not house brand today. It's not well drinks.
You know, going back to that distilling things.
Yeah.
D2 found out when he started making it. He said it's the simplest thing for him to do. Hang on.
Sugar, water, and yeast.
No, you know what he said was Hang on. It's coming up with a different one here.
Okay, you can't be listening to them both at once. It gives us a headache.
No, we're going on for that one.
Got it?
Okay, go for that. Okay, you can't be on all of these.
I'm gonna mute you there, buddy boy, because we got a little cheeky going on. Yeah, you can't do two at once, brother. You'll have to mute one. You'll have to mute one of them. Oops. We don't want that. Here we go. I think the easiest way is just send me a link to Isabel's page.
Is that better?
Yeah, much better.
No, what D2 used to use, he'd go and he'd buy those big bottles of cheap wine, and he would distill the wine.
Yep.
He said that was the fastest way to get distilled alcohol.
And probably the cheapest. Yeah, buying fortified wine that already has extra alcohol. Yeah, that's the quickest. And you're right, but it's kind of the process that's interesting to me. You know, the sprouting. You know, it's just a process that it's a lot of work. It's a ton of work, but no, yeah, you're right. Getting cheap wine, fortified wine, is a quick way, and then you distill that. And you know what that's called in the spirit world, don't you? When they distill wine.
No.
It has a name. Brandy.
Oh.
Brandy is distilled wine. And then again, you can distill, you know, that's after a couple distillations. But if you get, you know, if you keep going 3 or 4 runs in, it turns, you know, it's clear and just like any other alcohol. Pretty much the same.
Yeah, he actually, I got a still from a college professor that lived next door to me. And I did a little bit of work for him, and he gave me this still, and I didn't have any use for it, so I ended up giving it to D2. But the college professor used it for making diesel fuel.
Yeah, actually, believe it or not, you can distill all kinds of things.
Yeah, he actually made his own fuel from recycled vegetable oil and ran his truck on it.
Hey, Susie, are we ready for Trinket again? I think that camera should be, I'm feeling it being stable. I think she wants to come back up. Are you ready, David, for your little sister?
Oh, absolutely. I'm always ready for that.
Hi, Willie.
Hi, Trinky.
I'm just trying to cook the pork chops. I don't know how to do them.
All right. How about setting that camera down? Put it on something stable.
I got it on the coffee thing, but then I can't come up. That's not
There
working.
That's
There
better.
you go. There you go.
There you go, right there. There you go. Just stay right
There
there.
we go.
Don't move. All right. Look at me. There you go. Right there. No. Head up. Head up.
Go on. It's before 6 and I'm making dinner. Isn't that something?
That
must
is.
be better. All right.
Well, good. Love to see you. Who else would like to? Who else wanted to come up and say hi? Anybody?
Maggie's toaster oven. I've never used it to bake pork chops in. I can do it.
Set your phone down.
What?
There you go.
I said I hope I can do this. I'm baking pork chops in a toast convection oven. I hope
Okay.
it works. Okay. Anyways.
It should work. You can make pork chops on an open fire if you need to.
Well, I'm doing it in a convection oven that we got, and we cooked meat in there the other day. It turned out really good. But pork chops, I don't know. I'm breading them, so I don't know if I should fry them. But anyways, we'll see. It's a trial and error. It's like my life, trial and error. Just like my life.
Christian's a pretty good cook, isn't he?
Pizza. He makes pizza and lasagna.
And don't forget steaks.
Oh, and steaks, yes. Yeah, but we don't. We're putting this convection oven to use. We don't know. We're gonna give it a whirl.
Good.
Okay.
Why don't you put Christian on for a minute, Treen?
What?
Put Christian on for a minute.
Christian, well, your Uncle Louie wants to talk to you live, hon. Okay, go on. So I
Hello.
can cook these.
Hey there, buddy
How
boy.
you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking.
What are you doing for fun there in wherever you're at?
Lake Elsinore. Not much due to the quarantine, but luckily the backyard has a lot of spots to hike at, so I do quite a bit of like hiking and stuff in the backyard.
Well, yeah, it looks like a nice hill behind you.
Yep.
Oh, that's
The
good.
other day, one of the neighbors' pets getting attacked by coyotes.
Oh boy, yeah, you're right there on the edge of the wilderness.
Uh-huh.
Got any-
Are you gonna get your $1,200 check?
Probably not. I hope so though, but I don't mind if I don't.
And what would you do with that if you got it?
I know I'll donate 200 of it, but I don't know what I'll do with the rest.
Donate it where? To me?
No, to some sort of organization.
Okay, well that's good.
I think you owe me 200, don't you?
What? I think I might too.
Yeah.
From that $600 you gave me a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that one.
All right.
All right. You can wait on the other 400.
All right.
Hey, I'm good. I'm glad you're having a good time down there.
Thank you.
I heard you're working for your neighbor.
Uh-huh. My neighbor is also like a microorganism scientist. He studies like microorganisms and stuff.
Oh, that's right up your alley.
Yep. He actually taught me quite a bit, a few things about like how like ammonia is good for the plants, and he's talking about like a certain salt called boron and things like this.
Yeah. So what do you know about ammonia?
It helps create the fragrances and like different plants and stuff like that.
Yep. You know where they get ammonia from?
No.
Hmm?
No, I don't.
Okay.
From cow shit?
What's that?
From cow shit?
No, I think you can actually synthesize it pretty easy, but it comes from your pee-pee too.
Oh, it comes from piss too?
Yeah. Hey, Cindy. How are you, Cindy Abernathy? So have you made the call up to the Indians to see when the next camp is?
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd they tell you?
I thought you asked me if I called them if I was like looking forward to it.
Did you give him a call?
I need to get his number one more time.
Okay. Well, I gave it to your grandma.
I know she gave it to me on a piece of paper,
Yeah.
but then it was in my pant pockets and it got thrown in the wash machine, and now like the wording weird.
You got your own phone, right?
Yeah.
So you can just type it in next time and put it as a contact.
All right, I will.
Do that.
All right.
Sorry about that. My neighbor had a plumbing question.
Okay.
What was that?
No, you have to, save in your phone. You're looking good. Glad to see. You're looking good, young man.
Thank you. I just got my quarantine hairdo since I can't get a haircut right now.
No, but you can go brush it though. Wouldn't hurt you to brush it.
My hair like doesn't brush too well.
Hey, Christian.
Yeah.
When was the last time you took a shower, though?
Last night.
Okay, good. Let's try to do that every day.
I shower every day all the time. I just don't put on deodorant.
Well, maybe maybe you should try that deodorant. It would be a good thing.
It won't hurt you. I don't think it will hurt you.
Yeah. Well,
Remember this cat?
yeah, I do.
It's the last one I have. I don't have any more. This is the only one.
No, what happened?
They all died.
Yeah.
It was a tough year for us. Tough winter.
So, Christian, did you enjoy your time up in Crescent City?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I always enjoy my time up in Crescent City. I do a lot of hiking. I do a lot of like mycology. It's cool when I'm up there. I study a lot of mycology too.
Yep, you do. It is cool up here, literally.
Huh.
Literally, it's 50, 60 degrees most of the year. So, yeah.
That is really cold.
Yeah. You didn't like the rain, if I remember right.
Yeah, but I was watching a documentary on his name is called something Hoffman, and he was explaining on how the cold can be really good for your immune system and stuff like that. And he got like more detailed about it and stuff like that. And it was like real amazing, to be honest.
No, I agree. I like a lot of people come and visit me and they freeze at my house, but
Huh.
I like it cold. I like the windows open when it's 50 and 60.
Yeah, but
That's me.
I'm a superhuman.
Yeah, well, you get used to it is what you do.
Huh.
It's hard for me to go to Chico anymore, or it's just way too hot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're sticking no matter what.
All right. Here's my mom.
No, hang it up. I got this.
All right.
Hey, all right, you can go. You want to go now?
I'm not too good at holding like a big conversation.
No, you're doing fine. It's good. It's actually good to hear from you. I don't ever get to see you anymore.
Huh. I really want to go back there pretty soon, though.
Okay. Well, your grandma, yeah, she was talking about going up to Brookings, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brookings is pretty nice.
Brookings is actually nicer than Crescent City.
Yeah.
So,
So
excuse me.
is Brookings the real estate in Brookings costs more than it does in Crescent City?
It's a little bit nicer upscale of a town, so it's in their tax structure is a lot different. So, I think how it balances out, it's more of an upper scale retirement community, I would say.
Yeah, it's a lot of older people and like a lot of indie people, like a lot of hipsters and stuff.
So it probably is a little more expensive, but again, they don't pay as much taxes for a lot of things up there as we do. I lived up there for a year or so. I just like California. It wasn't that special, although I did live in a pretty cool house on the side of a mountain with the ocean view. Ocean views are special. Water views are special. Being able to see water from your house is special.
Well, all right. I'm gonna get off here. See you guys.
Take care.
Bye, Christian.
Well, we had two new guests today. We had Trina and we had Christian. So it looked like it was dinner time. The show does overlap a lot with dinner time, but again,
How many people are showing now?
like 4.
It always happens when I get on. I'm going to quit coming on.
No, I learned not to take that personal. And I don't know if you ever try rewatching one of these things.
No, God, no. I can't watch myself.
I tried. It was rough.
I can't watch myself.
I can't do it. So we haven't had many of our motherly, maternal women, the maternal influences. I see Susie and Jennifer out there. But come on up and save me. I saw Sis earlier. I would like to discuss what we're going to do May 5th for Dean's birthday. We need to come up with some plans. So it'll be special. What other things? We gave away a Costco card yesterday to Gina. Gina got the Costco card.
I think Damien went and took care of that today for her.
That's cool. So cool. No, yeah, actually a laptop's a little bit easier. The phone is probably, the more real estate, the more pixels you have, the better.
So is your green bicycle hat, is that got a mirrored lettering on it?
No, what it is, it's green. The letters are in green.
Oh, not that again. I see pink.
No, but what it does, it shows it's see-through. So it just shows the picture in the background. It's kind of bitching.
They're like a laser cutout.
It's kind of like a laser cutout, yeah. Whatever the background is, it just shows it. David, not you. David Dietz, you're good. If it's not you, see here, let me use some logic here. If it's not you,
Yeah. Well, if you and me up here. Remember, yay, just don't take it personal.
I'm not going to take anything personal. It is what it is. I'm not rank amateur here.
So speaking of laser cutting,
Yes.
Laser 3D printing seems to getting awfully popular lately, and pretty economical.
Yeah, actually, 3D printing has come a long way as far as coming down in price. Actually, up by I wish I can. It was up by Magic Mountain in that town there. There a long time ago. 30 years ago. And actually, it's actually not a difficult concept. It's basically laser cured resins or UV cured resins. So you can actually draw on a puddle of resin, and you'll make a hard layer and raise it up or down, or raise it lower, and it'll do another one. But yeah, actually, it's a neat technology. It's been around for a while, but yeah, you can actually get 3D printers for real basic junky ones for $100. But it's actually a very cool technology. Is 3D printers. Yeah,
but it's going to be real interesting. I saw a program where they started to 3D print your home.
Yeah, with cement. Yeah,
and that's going to be a game changer, I think.
No, they can do it in a day. They can build a little single story. I don't know how many square feet, but no, yeah, they're super accurate. No, it's actually very cool technology, and I think we're going to see more of that. Yeah, but I don't think that's laser printing. It's just 3D printing.
3D printing.
They do metal stuff now too, where you can actually fabricate 3D metal parts. It's come along. It's actually very much like how much CNC, computer numerated, whatever that is. But CNC machines are kind of like an analog to that. But yeah, yes, robots are come a long way. It's a long way recently, and I think that'll be one of the next big things. Whether it be cars or a lot of factories now, welding and many of the basic manual tasks are taken care of by computers or robots. I guess they're the same thing.
Well, that whole AI thing is getting
crazy. Yeah, what are we going to do when we make it? When we're trying to solve the world's problems with an AI machine, and it says, I know the problem.
You are.
Yeah, we. Yeah.
I wonder if we'll ever get to a point where an AI robot will run this country. Make decisions based on data.
I'm sure it'll be before that. It'll be definitely an advisor, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It'd be an interesting concept because they could it could be programmed into what's best for the American people versus what's best for the wealthy, and that data would be inputted, and that decision would be based on pure data rather than who knows who.
No, and one of the I guess I want to say trades or professions that I don't mind seeing leaving, and because I don't lawyers, because basically they look at case law. They have huge libraries of law where they look at case law for precedent. I don't know the whole story, but it seems to me AI could replace lawyers in a heartbeat, where they could actually, read through libraries of books in a matter of seconds and formulate opinions and rebuttals and I won't be sorry to see lawyers go, but I think they'll become one of the best lawyers there are is artificial intelligence, because they can just go through that information lickety split. And they're kind of parasitic. It's a parasitic profession. I know this. I do know this.
But but you start looking at AI, and it could replace a whole lot of people's jobs.
And actually, you'd be surprised how AI has trickled down into some really basic little even home gadgets. Has some real basic AI stuff. some of the learning machines that learn, you know, you don't tell it learns how to do tasks. No, it's could be scary too. Actually, it's a scary subject. Interesting. It's a very interesting subject, artificial intelligence. And
it's funny because you take some of the very, very highest people in the tech industry, and they're you know reading about them. They're definitely afraid of AI.
Some of them are because it's because it turns out I don't think intelligence is an interesting, you know, a dynamic, and that's what is intelligence. But they definitely machines can do things that we cannot. But I think there's still some things that we can do that they can't. So it's interesting. But yeah, they, you know, why couldn't they learn, you know, create factories that make themselves and replicate themselves and take over? It's science fiction, but we're getting closer. We're getting closer.
I could certainly foresee in the near future them taking the place of soldiers on the battlefield.
Oh, it would be crazy if they don't.
Right.
No, you know, that's one thing about that F-35 or whatever, that super ridiculous plane. I think anybody with any forethought at all realized that planes don't need pilots, you know, especially with the drones and actually that's what limits the performance of a plane of a fighter jet is the G-force that a human can absorb. So a pilotless jet will be smaller, cheaper to make, and can absolutely outperform a piloted plane. So this whole idea of us investing all this money, I don't know how many, you know, I'll exaggerate, but I'm pretty sure it's trillions or hundreds of billions in these new fighter jets that, and I think you said it will probably be useless very quickly because, robotic soldiers, you know, why not? You know, why? Makes sense to me. And actually they have things like that, you know, they didn't really talk about recently. They, it was something where they had to get a guy who was in a parking garage, and they just, took a remote control car with a bomb on it and drove it right to him and blew up the bomb. You know, that's a robotic soldier right there. And, no, absolutely. That should, in fact, most of our technology in this country, like nuclear energy, it always starts as a military purpose. You know, basically an atomic bomb is a nuclear reactor, but a small one that works really fast. So the first thing we usually put our new technology in is to weapons. Kind of weird, but it's true.
But it's funny. I have a real question about drones, and you know how pervasive they're getting, you know, but on the other hand, you know, they're certainly far more strategic than mass dropping a bomb and maybe getting close to your target. You know, I think
it actually makes sense to use them, but the flip side of that coin is just like the atomic bomb. When we were the only ones who knew about it, it was pretty darn cool. But that technology, when it goes your enemy, it's not so funny anymore. In drones, you can actually buy a drone for $15 or $20 that knows how to take off and land. The brains of a drone are pennies. For a few $100s, you can get a drone that will fly GPS to any location you kind of want. So you can, you know, the enemies can build drones. In fact, they smuggle drugs with them all the time. You know, it's actually, you know, we were drone happy for a while, and it was a great thing. We'd go out and kill people from 3,000 miles away, 5,000 miles away. But I don't think they're going to be so cool when we get drone attacks, which are inevitable. They are inevitable.
Well, and I think China is so far more advanced technology, you know, as far as computer chips and
oh yeah, we're completely relying on electronics from pretty much Japan. You're absolutely, even I think some of that with that Huawei for the phones and all that. There's some bad things when we turn our technology over to China so we can get it cheap. But yeah, drones are. Sorry, I gotta turn that off. But no, yeah, some things, that cool technology that we our drones, that we can kill people real easily without us being. That changed warfare. If you think about it, in the history of warfare, it usually involved, if you were at war, you had a chance of getting injured or killed. That drone pilot who's in, outside of Las Vegas, flying those drones over the Middle East or wherever they are. They don't really tell us, Yemen or whatever. They don't have any real risk. And that's kind of a new thing in war, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think there's some studies mentally. Those people have, psychologically, there's some problems with them.
Well, can you imagine the terror? You weren't talking about well, God darn it, I don't. Yeah, how terrifying that'd be that bombs can rain out of the sky, and you don't know they're coming. And in like Middle East, we did one. It averaged to 1 an hour, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 10 years. Could you imagine if the United States was getting bombed once an hour, 24 hours a day for 7 or 10 years? What that would do to our psyche? We would be raging animals if we were getting bombed somewhere in the United States once an hour, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I'd become a terrorist.
Oh, you probably would. You probably would.
No, I'm pretty sure I would.
You definitely want to leave your country, go somewhere safe,
or try to attack the country that's doing it.
Something. But anyways, that might not be the best discussion to get.
No, we're traveling a very thin line here.
Yes, we are. Let's get back on track. Who would like to come up on the panel? I got another link. We've got about 20 minutes, 19 minutes. So Lynn Belts, welcome to the show. I saw that you're friends of Rachel and somebody else's. I don't remember who, but welcome to the Dietz Shaw family kind of happy hour, where a lot of inside jokes and stupid stories, but it is what it is. I see Gina Franco. Hello, Gina. It was nice talking with you last night. Yes, welcome, Lynn. Do you know Lynn, David?
I do not know Lynn.
I think Damien might. She just did a friend request. I won't do any friend. I won't accept friends.
Is that the Lynn that lives in the apartment at my mom's?
Oh, okay.
I believe that's Lynn.
Okay. Gotcha. Well,
go on, Gina. Come on up, Gina.
Would Gina like to come on to the show?
She probably has a hangover.
Okay. Well, we're running out of. I thought Lynn. It's not that exciting. We got a lot of rough spots like right now.
Come on.
If Lynn is not like one of the people who like to do, likes to start the party, we'd love to pop on in and say hello or not. I wouldn't blame you one bit if you're not. But to get on the show, you just click that link and see what's up. So what'd you have for dinner tonight, David?
We haven't eaten yet. My wife made me a nice big plate of hors d'oeuvres, though, of little appetizers.
Really?
Yeah. I had some edamame, and I had what else did I have, Ma? Oh, I had pot stickers and little mini tacos.
Okay.
That's just an appetizer. I get dinner later.
You're a lucky man, David Dietz.
Baby.
I got a question for you. It's probably, I don't know if anybody else watching is going to care, but
for me or for Smitty?
What about? Can you give me some insight into sealing countertops and what I should seal on a new house? What comes?
Hold on a second.
What I should seal myself.
Hold on, David. That one's for you.
Okay, got it. What are your countertops made of?
I'd have to ask Jen. I don't know.
I can't give you that answer unless it's kind of like it's kind of like the virus. Unless I have the data, I can't give you a correct answer.
Isn't the installer put that in?
What about sealing grout and stuff like that in the showers?
Typically, I don't know what they use, but some of the grout now is kind of got like an epoxy grout where it doesn't have to be sealed. So you'd have to find out what they used. I would imagine that your kitchen counters are probably quartz.
Okay.
That's pretty much what everybody's using now. The quartz countertops don't have to be sealed at all.
Okay.
They won't stain. They won't burn.
All right. Yeah, I wasn't sure with like white grout in showers and stuff, if you were to seal it, if that helps prevent it from getting discolored.
Yeah. If they just use regular grout, then you definitely want to seal it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty easy, just like a spray that you can get from Home Depot or something.
Well, one of the best sealers out there is a penetrating sealer. It's called 511 Impregnator. It's pretty expensive, but it goes a long ways. That's what I would seal it with if it hasn't been sealed.
Okay.
Come on, hit me with something else.
That's good answer. He knows the stuff.
Did you ever Did you ever find somebody for your wine door?
Not for the wine door. I talked to Dennis about possibly coming down and putting up some wood in that room and building some shelves for me.
Oh, good.
I don't know. I kind of like the door that you sent that was part wood and has some iron in it as well. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that's a good look for what your style of house is.
Yeah.
So when they give you that house, the landscaping in the front will be completed, but the backyard will not?
Backyard's all dirt outside of a slab, like in a California room.
Yeah.
And then front yard's got grass and landscaping, but yeah, backyard's nothing.
You're gonna have to get a hold of Bob Islow again, aren't you?
Yeah. All right, I got his number saved.
Yeah, I bet you do.
He was good. I like Bob. Bob was awesome.
Yeah, he's a good person.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to answer that?
Who else can who else can do those doors for me in the family? Little Dan do stuff like that?
Actually, Little Dan would probably be a good one because he's bought a welder now and he's starting to mess around with metal.
Yeah.
As far as artistic wise, you won't get anybody better.
That was funny when we were going to be spending the month in Chico. It was before all this COVID-19 stuff came up. I was going to hit up Little Dan and not just ask him to build it for me, but since I was going to be in Chico with a month off, go in there and learn some stuff.
Yeah, like I said, no, if you're looking for something artistic, you won't find anybody better. And it might be something he would take on just because he can get creative with it.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, what about? I talked to Dennis a little bit, making wine rooms out of those closets because you don't have usually ventilation or AC or anything to it.
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider not putting a fridge in a room like that because it's going to heat it up, or do the fridges now not put off enough heat to really worry about?
No, I wouldn't put a refrigerator, unless you have a means to heat and cool, or cool that room.
Yeah,
I wouldn't put a refrigerator inside that room.
All right,
and then it really comes down to what you're storing. If you're storing $8 and $10 bottles of wine, it really doesn't matter. I mean, if you're storing $3,000 bottles of wine, it really matters a lot.
Oh, ton of those.
I can tell you from experience that it doesn't matter what we have here because it doesn't last very long.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. All of a sudden on Jen's girls' night, she's going to have an unlimited source in the house.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's never going to end.
I got your cousin coming up to say hi to you, Ray Ray. Oh, she left. Never mind.
Who's that?
Well, yep, she's back. Take a guess.
There you go.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on holding that camera still. We really do.
Oh, sorry, I'm going outside here.
I don't think she's never said in her whole life.
All right.
Hey, drink it.
Yeah.
What's the longest you've ever sitting still?
I don't think I ever have. Sleeping.
Yeah.
I don't even think I sit still.
Hey, Trina.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, I look like Anthony. That's a Frito-Lay commercial, Larry.
Is Mark working, Trina?
Mark's here.
Is he working?
Yes,
Is he
he's
able
working.
to-
I'm not.
You're
He's working,
quarantined?
yes.
I heard you were quarantined
I'm-
for what?
I'm quarantined because I'm scared to go to Walmart. There's too many people in there. I'll probably go back next week.
Mark is what?
Working. Mark's a dickhead.
Hey, Scott. I see Scott out there. I see someone said hello, Penny. Penny, pretty Penny. Is she in the audience? And yeah, hello, welcome. Welcome. Coming on the downside of the show, we're kind of running out of topics. Trina, what topic do you have for us to talk about?
Oh, this will be fun.
So, we're here with all this land in this lake. We don't have a boat and we don't have a dirt bike. We got a big dirt bike. That's my topic. Yes.
Okay.
We got all this land and nothing to play with.
Do you like living in your house?
What's that?
Do you like living in that house?
It could be better if I had a boat and a dirt bike. Sure, it'd be great.
Okay, we'll work on that.
Okay, I'm
We'll work on
Hey,
it.
we're gonna. Hey, Schmitty, let's start a GoFundMe page for Trinka.
Okay, you set that one up.
What happened now? Right. Hey.
Well, we're gonna set up a GoFundMe page to get you a dirt bike.
Okay, good, because I can't do it. Somebody else will take it from me. You don't want me doing it. I'll never get it. I don't get mail. Don't get GoFundMe.
Can I ask you
Okay.
a question, Trina?
Give me a headache.
Let's
Trina.
that subject because I'll put off. Yes.
Okay, slow down the camera a little bit. How many actual Facebook pages do you have?
I'm about 20 because my passwords are going to a fax machine, and that's what I realized. I have a fax machine from my phone that it's going to, and they changed on me. I think. But I'll not get into that because it'll really piss me off. Then I'll have to go have a drink.
Okay, because I don't know how many.
Right now.
I don't know how many keep accepting.
Oh boy. Yes, I am, Kristen. Yes, I am.
Oh man.
So how you liking that new grill? Are you rocking the new grill?
Hey, Ray, I see Wooey and I see Pat. Who else is on here?
I don't know. They don't tell me.
What happened to my best friend Lynn?
Lynn, your best friend? I don't know. She popped in for a minute and said hello. She might be watching. I just don't know.
I think Patrick should come see Lynn for maybe.
Yeah, he should. Everybody should go see Lynn. Okay.
No, everybody should go see Patrick.
Okay, I'm coming up.
Okay.
There you go. You asked, Patrick.
You ask, you shall receive.
Well, you're seeing me right now. So
Okay, that's good. Then that's great. And you
Got it.
see me, and it's even better.
that's right. We got this all taken care
Can
of.
you have Ellen show next week, please?
What's that?
Do you think you can put Ellen DeGeneres on the show next week, please?
I'll give it a try. I'll talk to Donnie. She might have the connection. I don't.
Okay. If not, I'll try and get her. Okay. We'll have Ellen, then we'll have Oprah after that.
Yeah,
All right.
that's probably the right order.
Okay.
We're ready for Ellen, but not ready for Oprah yet.
Okay. All
Okay?
right. Well, just let me know. By then, my phone will quit working, so it'll be good.
Okay.
All around here, all fucked up.
So you can't just sit down, can you? That's just like impossible, huh?
I'm making dinner. Okay, I'm gonna go now because I can't sit. You guys are right. I'm screwing up for you. Okay, bye.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Trina, your sister Susie says you look pretty. Hey, Susie, want to come up and help us out? Put some junk. Add some class to the joint.
Like my heart rate goes up when my sister Trina comes on for some reason.
So you think that's a good idea to open a little gambling parlor during this, where we can actually gamble?
I just signed up on a gambling site to play poker.
How is that work? Did you go on and play yet?
I played one game and it knocked me off in the middle of the game. And when I got back on, I was $4,000 less in chips. So I wasn't real happy.
So yeah, and you had to buy in with actual money.
Yeah.
How much? Let's hear some tea.
Most of them are small. I think this one was $5.50.
Oh, like a tournament?
Yeah, it's all tournament.
And you get just kicked off because it's an internet problem, or is it just are they just ripping you off? What do you think?
No, it was an internet problem. First time using it, I think. Although Vince Franco's the one that got me on there, and he said that's happened to him also. So maybe it is a.
How many people are in a $5 tournament?
This one there was probably 27 or something like that, but they run probably every 10 minutes there's a new tournament starting.
So a 27-man tournament, was that 2.5, 3 hours?
Hour. They go fast. They raise the blinds, so they're only like 10-minute blinds. So every 10 minutes blinds go up.
Okay. Gotcha. I might want to try that out just for giggles. You'll have to send me the link.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's cheap enough for sure.
Yeah, I can handle $5 once in a while.
And they'll have two, $8, $9, $5, $2 tournaments, and sometimes they'll have 3,000 people in them. You never know.
Interesting. Yeah, it's actually, I imagine they're doing very well right now. I went last night to see, because Damien and Uncle Joe have been trying to get a webcam, and they're just out. And I went to Walmart myself this morning to look for one, and they were out too. And I looked into it a little bit, but with all this homeschooling going on with teachers, like every teacher, or how many teachers went out and bought webcams, and how many students went out and bought webcams. So actually they're that was a hot commodity. If you would have known, you could have anticipated that demand. But webcams are kind of tricky. Damien here, David. I don't think David can make this claim. Can you make that claim, David?
No, I got really far in about 7,800 people, but I didn't win it.
Have you ever won a tournament, David?
Oh yeah, but the biggest one is probably 150 people, maybe.
Okay.
I played in the World Series 3 times.
Okay, I've never got off the first table, but I've only done it a few times, so I don't know what that means. No, actually, it's enjoyable. I don't know. Growing up, we played poker. We didn't play poker, but our parents surely did. Like, I don't know. It's hard to remember, but there was at least sometimes a couple nights a week they'd play poker.
Yeah.
Nickel dime quarter, either at your house or my mom's house or my mom and dad's house.
Yep.
And
your grandma's house, they played a lot at.
Who are some of the old? Okay, here's a question, and let's each give one name. It'll get harder and harder. Now, I haven't heard that in so long.
All right.
Poker players at the table. You go first, David.
Lottie.
Oh, that you picked mine. I'm going to say Uncle Ed. Who else in the peanut gallery? Who else used to play poker at our house?
Margie
Howard. Remember the couple?
Yeah.
And he was real mean.
Yeah.
He threw the cards on the table and cussed. And Big Margie was a real heavy set woman who would say, now Howard, settle down, Howard. Yep.
Go ahead. Your turn.
My turn. There's one that's kind of sticks out of my mind just because I didn't know what it meant back then, but there was a Jewish lady, and she had a tattoo. She'd come from a concentration camp, and I remember they pointed out the table one night. They said, "See her tattoo on her arm. She came from a concentration camp." And as a 7-8-year-old kid, I had no idea what that meant. But I don't remember her name, but she was definitely, I don't know how. Yeah, do you remember her?
Nope, I don't remember that.
No, I remember. I remember. Maybe it's my mom or someone, or your mom might remember that person. Kaki, who was the lady who had the tattoo from the concentration camp? I think you would remember.
How about Annie Humphrey?
Yeah, I don't think not a lot of my house. Maybe at yours. I don't remember Annie being a poker player.
Oh yeah, she was. Absolutely.
There was the couple or the guy who smoked the cigars in the glass tube who ran the candy store down on Foothill or something. There was yeah, that was quite the crowd, wasn't it?
Ken Shaw played.
Yeah, they would drink coffee till 2 a.m. You know, I don't know how do they do that. You know, I can't drink after 9 a.m. before. You know, I don't like drinking after that. But they would drink coffee, smoke cigarettes. Just,
I can remember as a young kid waking up in the morning and them still playing.
yeah, I think they went all night sometimes. They did. And the room with the stale cigarette smoke. Yes, kind of almost brings you back, doesn't it? And when they had to go to the bathroom, they'd let you sit and take their place.
Yep.
Wasn't that a good, you know, that was kind of like you felt pretty special with the cards in your hand and bluffing.
Or you know, you got a dime or a quarter for bringing them a cup of coffee.
Oh yeah, that was good money back in the 60s.
Oh yeah. I believe the Jacobinos played in those games.
Yeah, I think that, you know, they usually had a full table. And what I'm kind of upset about, it obviously rubbed off on you a little better than me, is you know, when I sit down at like a Hold'em game or something, it's like I don't know any strategy. I don't know the odds. I have to really think hard about that kind of stuff. I didn't really pick up a whole lot when I should have.
Yeah, you know what's funny is they actually criticize strategy. You know, if you had that and you didn't raise, you know, they got mad at you. Well, you know, that's a big part of the game nowadays.
Oh yeah, you can't. It's not it was called a friendly game of poker where
Right.
check raising was like no. You know, you don't come back and do that.
Well, you weren't invited back the next time.
No, yeah, there was an etiquette to it, that for sure. But yeah, it had to have a certain degree of civility. Where when you're playing in the tournament, it's brutal. It's like
That's all out the window.
yeah,
My mom said it was Margie Richter.
Margie Rieger. That could be right. That sounds about right. Margie Rieger, I think her name was. Yeah.
I wonder. I don't remember her where she came from.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to bluff. Bluffing was looked down upon.
I can tell you one of the toughest poker players I played against in the family.
I'm going to guess Stephen Kircher.
No.
Who?
Isabel.
She could play. Oh yeah, she could play. She liked to play.
She liked to bluff.
She liked to play.
Yeah.
In fact, that was a no-no. If you know, towards the end, you know, towards the later years, if you committed to a poker game and backed out, that put you on the shit list.
Yeah.
That literally put you on a shit list with her. And then from then, she wouldn't like, oh no, he'll never play. You know, she would blackball you kind of out of there. But yeah, never commit to a poker game with Isabel. And
No, Damien brought up Stephen Kircher, and he was fun to play with because he got so irritated, he got so mad.
Yeah, I think he wasn't afraid to cheat. I don't think. I'm just guessing on that one.
Well, but, you know, I'd love sitting next to him because you could feel his leg moving, so you knew he had a hand. They would just start just jumping up and down. You think, okay, I better get out.
Yeah, we played a little bit between ourselves, but again, I think we didn't look at it like you know, as we looked at it like a friendly game. You know, you wanted it to last long, and I remember when we played as teenagers, it was pretty much a ritual. Our grandma's house, that whoever won at the end, it was you fly, I'll buy. So the winner would buy, but the loser would have to go get the food to go to Taco Bell or Jack in the Box or whatever. So 11, 12 o'clock at night, the loser would have to get in the car, you know, go down and get the food. And that was basically what you won, was you didn't have to drive. You got a free meal and you didn't have to go pick it up. So that's how I remember those games. But yeah, we played a lot of games there on Woodland Avenue too. You know, a lot of games on that in that dining room.
Yep.
Yes. Who remembers the grandma's poker games?
That would have been Dean Dixon, Howard, Steven, Little Dan sometimes, Dennis sometimes.
Yeah. Yep. She loved a poker game. She did. She did. So Margie Ritter's husband was Howard. He was policeman in Colton. Yeah, Cac, do you remember who that was? Margie Ritter didn't have the concentration camp tattoo, did she? Who was that lady? I don't remember. Maybe that was. I don't think it was Margie Ritter. I think it was an older lady. I remember being kind of small lady. But
do you remember? Did Jerry Kircher play? I can't remember if he did or not.
I don't ever recall him. I don't. I think Smitty played. He was right?
He played. Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. No, yeah, I remember. Yeah, because I think I think for a while towards the end, I think it was probably Smitty's idea when you had that extra coin in the pot that you couldn't split, that extra nickel. It went into the jar for the house.
Yeah. Only when you were playing at his house. Otherwise it went to the high hand.
No, I remember it was kind of sad because he had this one big bank, and I don't know how long he did it for, but when my mom and him got a divorce, it was a big deal to my mom to win that. Like that was, I get the bank, I get the little coin thing. And I remember after she got divorced, we went and counted it over in Grandma's house on Suzanne Lane. It was like $80 or something. Yeah. But it was like, I remember being very disappointed because it was all nickels.
You have to excuse me. I'm squeezing lemons for dinner here.
Okay. Inga, she was another, remember Inga's kid that he was, Tom, what was it? He was a wild little guy. He could blow out his ears. Remember that kid? James? What was his name? He could actually, he would smoke a cigarette and he could blow smoke out his ears.
I don't remember that.
You got to remember that.
You remember Nusha?
Yeah, maybe it was Nusha's kid.
That was James.
Yeah, that kid.
Yeah, he was young though. He was younger than me.
Yeah, he was a little kid.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was smoking and blowing.
Yeah. Again, my memories are funny things. They're not always accurate. Okay, well, we've gone, you know what? That 2 hours and 10 minutes just snuck right by us.
Let me bring up one memory I always have. It was your mom used to pick us up to take us to St. Joseph's.
Yes.
School. And when you got out of her car, damn it, if you slammed the door, she just would come unglued. Absolutely come unglued.
She did not like getting that Rambler door slammed.
No.
No. And then it was either usually your dad or your mom would come in a big station wagon or a Cadillac to St. Joe's, and we'd all climb in that. And my mom took you to school, and your mom or dad picked us up.
Yeah, I remember. A lot of times you'd lay in the back of the window or something because there wasn't enough room.
Yeah, no, it was. I remember those trips home. I do. Sometimes they'd let us steer. Your dad would let us steer that big Cadillac down on Palmetto Avenue.
I remember being in that Cadillac and going to Ace Liquor. And you felt pretty privileged if you got to ride to Ace Liquor, and he would get two tall hams, and he'd let you get a candy bar to keep your mouth shut. And by the time you got home, both those cans would be thrown over the top of the roof and into the park.
No, I think he would do down one of those cans on the trip home from school, if I remember right.
Both of them, yeah.
Yep. Oh my goodness. Well, does anyone else want to come up? We're going to start doing our last goodbyes here because it is Saturday, and I'm pretty sure. Oh, never mind. Nothing on the calendar. But oh well. Darn it. So, God, that 2 hours just goes by so fast. I miss you guys so much.
So my mom's a lady from Czechoslovakia, huh?
Yeah. She remembers. I don't know if she remembers her name,
Hmm.
but yeah, she was.
Yeah, I don't remember her at all.
Yeah, as a kid, you didn't appreciate her any. You know, it didn't mean anything to you until you learned later. I'm tired of talking too, Danny Wells. So David left me hanging. I don't like that. So bam, look at that. Ooh, dang, don't do that. So yeah, we're down to a few people left. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. Doesn't look like anybody else has anything too important to say. I'll probably come back tomorrow because what a wonderful world it was. Good night. And from Miss James A, he had a saying that see ya, I wouldn't want to be ya. And have a good night, and thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Peace.